Hey moguls, it's Dr. T here, and we're doing an upgrade today that is a multi-million dollar upgrade, all about making sure that you're in the correct environment in order to thrive and live your full potential, make reality at the top level, receive wealth at the highest level, and just generally be successful. So it's a very important one because first step is that you need to know your human design and the way your operating system is designed to work so that you can optimize it, maximize it, make sure it's upgraded, and make sure you're giving it what it needs. So if you haven't done your human design chart yet and you haven't gotten your results of what you are, who you are, how your operating system works, go to theempirecompany.com. Click on the human design link, and the link is also here in the video. Now that you know what your human design is and what it's supposed to be, whether you are something like a manifester, a generator, a manifesting generator, a projector, or a reflector, these are the 5 types of human design. You're going to want to also check out what the environment is that you are designed to be in. There are multiple types environments that we are designed for, and it does not matter where we entered into Earth. That's not necessarily our ideal environment. That's our entry point. We might have a different environment that's much more ideal than that is where we came in to Earth, and we want to migrate to be in the environment that we are supposed to be in. That's the way we thrive, live our potential. It's the only way our operating system can operate at the top level. So the environments are caves, which means that people like to stay in their home or be in a space that is very, very perfect the way they like it. They're typically indoors, as the thing says, like to be in the cave. That's a real thing. And this is people who really make their home environment their sanctuary. And out of all the places in the world, it's their favorite place to be, right? Where other people like their home just fine, but it's not that big of a deal to them. There's a better environment that's more ideal for them. The other environment is kitchens. And kitchens does mean the kitchen because we know some people are just absolutely thriving in the kitchen. But it's also the way it's really thought to be gathering spaces where people gather to create things. So the space where people gather to create things may be your environment. Again, check your human design, go to theempirecompany.com and click on human design. And kitchens is the one where people either love to be in the kitchen making something or they just love the way that people gather in the kitchen to create things. Very important for you to know. If kitchens is your ideal environment, this might be one of the reasons that you've become a chef or something like that. Or you love to cook for your family where other people are like not that into it. The other environment is shores. And shores actually means where you're looking, you're in one spot and looking out into another different environment. So it could be that you're on the land and you're looking out at the sea, or you're on the land, you're looking out at the lake. I've lived in New York where I am in a high rise in one environment, looking out into another, the Hudson River, or over into New Jersey. And that environment really suited me. Shores is a really important one too, because this is people who need lots of light and lots of shimmer, the way that um, different cultural elements come together. That's the other part of the shores environment. Now, the other environment is marketplaces, and this is where people thrive in the areas where there's hustle and bustle, commerce is taking place, whether it's in the world, out in the walking in the marketplace, being in the marketplace, being in the transactional business space, being in the online marketplace. These are people that thrive in environments that are all about the marketplace and commerce. You can imagine that people who have this do really well interacting with people, transacting with people, and probably do really, really well with business. So, Continuing on so that we make sure we connect to each type of environment. You know what yours is, and we're going to absolutely have a multi-million dollar upgrade where we understand what to do when you figure out what your environment is. Stay tuned here. So the other environment is mountains. And this one's very self-explanatory. People are designed to literally be in a mountainous area. They are designed to be in a place that's hilly, and people who have this as their ideal environment for their operating system are likely maybe already living in a place that's hilly, living in a place where they can see the mountains. And if you have that design and you are not living in a place like that and you're living in the flatland, that likely is not the ideal environment for you. The other one is valleys. Now, this is one that, just like what it means, where in some cases it's mountains and somebody's meant to be in a much higher atmosphere, in a different climate. The other environment is valleys, where they're meant to be on the low ground. They're meant to be in a where even if there's peaks and valleys, where there is valleys and things are just a lower climate, it's a lower atmosphere and altitude, and this means this is where they thrive. Now, it's a little interesting note because I often do people's human design charts, people that I know, and of course, potential clients and clients, but also people that I just am aware of. So, Tiger Woods is a perfect example. His environment is valleys, which makes sense why he would love to be in the green golf course. And these golf courses are having these little, experiences of some peaks and valleys, and the valley environment is perfect for him. Keep in mind, each environmental thing has its own interesting reality with it, which is you could have an environment like valleys, but then also have and you could be best in that environment, but also have your life end up going through peaks and valleys because everything is really holographic, meaning it's a multidimensional reality field. So if we are in an environment where, say, it's mountains and we're used to being higher, we theoretically might have a higher life reality happening. Where if you're more down in a lower valley, you might have a lower reality happening. And every environment has its, just like all of human design has its things where we've got to navigate this video game, right? So for mine with shores, this means I'm always trying to find things that are feeling light and shimmery and totally reflective because I'm meant to be looking at shores and the just glistening water flowing and reflecting at me. Um, in marketplaces, people might feel really comfortable transacting commerce, but not really comfortable in the kitchen. And each environment is designed because our human design system is meant to do a very specific thing. And I'm just going to say again regarding environments so you fully get this upgrade. The environment that you came in is only an entry point, and the environment you belong in is your destination point. This is a very important part of your destiny. So I was born into an area that is much more inland, but is near, in about 30 minutes, is near the ocean. So at least I am near it. But the ideal for me is to be seeing it, to be seeing water. Again, that's why if I live in a place where I'm looking at water all the time, this is what's completely and totally elevating to me. For any of you with your environments, you want to really understand it because maybe if you got the cave environment, you really thrive in your home, in your sanctuary, but then you struggle when you're out and need to be transacting commerce and all of that stuff. So you might end up spending a lot of your life in your home. Now, none of anything is good or bad. It's really about you understanding what's going on with your operating system so you can be in charge of your own destiny and what's going on with it in you. All right, so key point. Know your environment. Make sure you have it. This is like as important as nourishing yourself with food or nourishing yourself with water. The environment that you belong in is so essentially important that it is like a plant getting oxygen. It's really, really key. And when you're in the correct environment, whether you go check this out on a vacation or start to weave this into your reality, you're going to feel like you are living at your top level of potentiality. Okay, everyone, thank you for taking this upgrade in. This is worth millions of dollars, so take it in. Make sure you've thought it, you feel it, you get it, you're hearing it. We're getting this upgrade internalized. You're going to want to go to the video comments and make a note that says, I'm committed to being in my ideal environment. That way, you're putting this in writing, you're telling the universe. And if this upgrade has been helpful for you, please share it so other people who may not know why they're feeling sad, anxious, depressed, unmotivated, it could be that they're just literally in the wrong landscape for them. And a change to the right one could mean everything. It could mean a completely different life for them. Okay, so let's share this out, share the wealth, be part of the circuitry that shares everything. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, receiving the upgrade, moguling up, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.